Hi there, everyone. Welcome to this update video. I'm recording this on July 31st. So I just want to let you know what's been happening with my visual novel that I've been working on. So, to be honest with you, this month has been pretty wild for me. I dog sat for 5 days at someone else's house, and then I went camping for 5 days, and then there was also a heat wave. It's been a little bit wild, to be honest with you. But I thankfully have been able to work on my visual novel. Not as much as I wanted to, of course, because things were so different, but I have been able to work on it. Um, so I'm just going to get into it and tell you what's going on. So, first thing to say is that I've decided to change the name of it from History of Paradise Shore to just Paradise Shore because I feel like calling it History of Paradise Shore uh would just like the title kind of gives you the idea that it's literally only about the past. And I like the idea that it's like, yes, you talk about the past sometimes, but also it's just generally healthy to live in the present, and also it's kind of about what's happening now, right? Uh, and Paradise Shore is just the setting. So things that are happening now in that setting, right? So I thought that made sense. And second of all, uh, I received some feedback from someone who played one of my 20,000 word visual novels that and they're someone that I respect, and they just were honest, and they were like, it honestly feels really short. And I can't help but agree, like when I'm developing, I'm spending a lot of time in that world because I'm doing the artwork and music and writing and editing, like a whole bunch of editing probably. Um, and so to me, it doesn't feel that brief. But when you are just playing it from start to finish as someone who hasn't been with the project for like a month or over a month, like 2, 3 months, it does feel pretty brief. So I just want to say that I'm going to be making it longer, basically. So it's instead of a 20,000 word visual novel, I'm aiming for 100,000 words with now three love interests. The setting has been quite rich for a while with like potential love interests, similar to the Silent Column, really. Uh, I actually had a lot of difficulty narrowing down the love interests for the Silent Column down to four. And in a similar way, I had difficulty narrowing down the love interests in Paradise Shore down to three. So there's going to be three love interests, each with 33,300 word root. One of them will be Alkea, who is the love interest who uh, I was originally talking with you about before the like expansion. And then I'm going to be talking to you about the two other love interests. So I honestly had a little bit of difficulty, like I said, deciding on who the other two love interests were going to be because they could have been Tabula, who's Alkea's friend. There could have been the librarian is also a character um, with like a pretty interesting story and stuff. Could have been the character who's very much associated with the Warm Tree. It could have been the seedling. It could have been a lot of different characters, but I ended up going for Twilight because Twilight's story I just basically have down. Like I know what her deal is. Like I know what's going on with her, and I feel like it's pretty interesting. And it's also like Twilight is like a newcomer, more or less, to the setting. So, um, it's kind of nice that it's not like because Alkea has been rooted here for a long time and is a historian and like knows a lot about the area. So I think it's nice that Twilight um is just newer to the area, and she does have a past, but it's not really associated with the area, which is cool. And then the third love interest that I picked may surprise you and need some explaining. It is Sarah from the Silent Column. So that is making this game a sequel of sorts. But the thing is, minor spoilers here for the Silent Column, but Sarah is basically immortal. So it has been like hundreds of years since the Silent Column, and I always wanted her to be like. I always, for a while, have thought that it would be appealing if she was like a little explorer. She's a pretty adventurous girl. So I was thinking, uh, basically near the end of the Silent Column, they get to see like stars for the first time, and it's like, oh, there are other planets out there, and she's immortal, and it's been hundreds of years, and eventually she just ends up going to another planet, that one being the one which Paradise Shore is on. You know what I mean? So she like came to this planet from the other planet, which was the Silent Columns planet. And she's kind of been stuck here. Um, but now I'm getting a little bit into her route. I don't mean to spoil anything. But yeah, I like Sarah, and I really like the Silent Column, but I know that it's a little bit sketchy. I It was my first real rodeo with visual novel making. I didn't quite know what I was doing. I bit off a lot more than I felt like I bit off a lot. I was able to chew it to continue on with that saying, but it was difficult. The artwork, I feel like I've improved as an artist since then, and the artwork kind of turned out a little rushed. And I'm just happy to have her here so that I can kind of give her another shot. You know what I mean? And yeah, and I think it's interesting kind of tying the two continuities together. And in some of my other projects, you may well see her like in the background of some other story that's going on, because like if the story is happening on the planet of Paradise Shore, um, she's immortal, and she might have maybe if it is in the distant past, or maybe it's even in the future, and she might just be there like in the background, even if she's not participating in the story. She might be reading in the library or something, which is cool. So yeah, that's more or less what's been going on. I've been writing Alkea's route. It's been going along well. um I figured that maybe her friend Tabula didn't strictly need a root, because Tabula and Alkea are so like intertwined because of their backstories and histories together, that I figured, hey, if you're going to like learn about one, you're probably going to learn about both. And I don't know, it kind of just made sense to me to have Tabula's stuff in Alkea's route. Just a little. Like when I actually wrote it down, it's like I'm glad I did, but I don't know if strictly speaking she needs her own route. That said, I think she's actually pretty cool, and some people will probably like her. And I'm open to giving her a route in the future if she's like a fan favorite or something like that. And there's more stuff that I can do with the character, but for now, I thought, hey, I'll just have some of her stuff, or like the main stuff of hers, be in Alkea's route. And Twilight, I'm really excited as well, because I like, in the past, I had written like an early draft or like iteration of Twilight's route, and I got like 10,000 words in. And I'm just glad to be able to be like, okay, let's do it properly this time. Here's what's happening, and just give it a good go. I know, not super articulate or whatever, but yeah, I'm just happy. Um, so on the menu is just I'm going to be doing more writing. It probably will not end up being an all CG visual novel. The reason in the last update video I was saying that the visual novel was 20,000 words, but it was going to be a different type, and I didn't know how long it was going to take, is because I was planning on it being an all CG visual novel. But now that it's going to be 100,000 words, I'll probably not do that. But I would like to have blinking animations. In Snowdrift, I had blinking animations, and I liked them a lot. And in Submerged Lights, it had way more artwork and stuff going on and like areas. And while I do like Snowdrift, I feel like definitely Submerged Lights has more stuff like going on. But I didn't give myself enough time to do the blinking animation, so I'm looking forward to like bringing those back because I feel like Snowdrift, even though it didn't have many art assets, because I did just make it in like something like, oh, 30 days or so. Um, even though it didn't have much artwork, I feel like the blinking animation, like I felt like they really helped like breathe life into the characters and stuff. And so the idea that I could have blinking animations with a bunch of artwork, I feel like that would be real nice. So yeah, I mean, that's all I have to say. But I guess I should let you know the word count that I'm currently at. So I'm just focusing on the writing for now, but let's see how much I have. Alkea's root is at 16,600 words. So a little bit over, a little bit around halfway because it's going to be 33,300 words. And the other route that I have already started is Twilight's because I just knew like what's going to be happening with Twilight for a while. So I'll just find that and tell you. Right, and I have 2,000 words already written for Twilight. So I've been focusing mainly on Alkea, as you can see. But yeah, it's good. I look forward to talking to you in the next update video. Thanks for listening, everyone. Take care.